a film where love, technology, and sacrifice all collide in the most heartbreaking way possible. Yeah, today we're talking about Natural City, directed by Min Byung-chun. Now, this movie is kinda underrated. It's stylish, emotional, and honestly, a hidden gem in the cyberpunk genre. If you've ever wondered what happens when humans fall in love with machines, and what happens when those machines have an expiration date, then buckle up, because this story is going to hit way harder than you expect. The movie opens with a man and a woman sitting on a bench in front of a breathtaking lake. Behind it, you can see castle-like structures and what looks like a floating city in the sky. While they're enjoying the view, an automated voice cuts in, repeating over and over that they have 3 minutes to return to their residence. It keeps repeating the message nearly 10 times within a single minute. Annoying for me as a viewer, so imagine how annoying it was for them. Suddenly, the lake vanishes. It was all just a simulation. The scene shifts, revealing they are actually in some kind of airport. We get flashbacks of the woman's past. She's in a laboratory where scientists implant a chip into her head. Then the opening credits roll, and we see her visiting her father's grave. His dying wish was to be buried with a cyborg, but she clearly resents that. The scene changes to a spaceship, where Cyber-N77, a cyborg that had gone missing a year earlier, has broken into a medical center with 4 other cyborgs. This isn't just any center, it's where all human DNA is stored. The man from the lake is revealed to be R.I., a police officer sent in with his unit to retake the building. In this world, cyborgs are indistinguishable from humans. As R's team enters, a cyborg suddenly emerges from the water and ambushes them. They blast him repeatedly until he collapses, but to truly kill a cyborg, they must destroy the chip in its head. No headshot, no kill. While the 10-man police unit struggles to take down just one cyborg, Cyber-N77 infiltrates deeper, searching for DNA. The one he's after belongs to someone named Cyon. He finally finds the match, just as the police close in. Before the squad can reach him, they must pass through a long, foggy corridor. Perfect for an ambush. Cyber crawls through the mist and silently takes out one officer after another. Panic spreads since they can't see a thing. He manages to kill 2 or 3 more and then bolts. Somehow, even though he's surrounded by 10 armed men, he still escapes. Meanwhile, R is near the entrance of the building, stealing the chip from a dead cyborg. He's thinking about how much money he'll make selling it on the black market. As Cyber flees past him, R seizes the moment and shoots him, earning unexpected praise as the hero of the raid. Later, R meets with a shady mechanic who is building a robot. R begs him to save Rhea, a cyborg he loves who's about to shut down permanently. He's desperate to keep her alive so they can be together. It's equal parts romantic and unsettling. At this point, the film expands on its world. Technology has advanced so much that robots or cyborgs now do everything humans can. They work as waiters, bankers, sex workers, and more. So while R's love for a machine seems odd, in this society, it isn't all that unusual. Meanwhile, in the underground, someone tries to sell Cyber's body to a rogue scientist. But Cyber isn't truly dead. He reactivates, kills the scientist, and escapes again. Back with RI, he visits his friend Dr. Jiro, who has groundbreaking news. Jiro has successfully extracted a cyborg chip and implanted it into a real human body, essentially creating a cyborg-human hybrid. It's cheaper than building full machines. He even shows R a photo of a girl whose body could host Rhea's chip. The girl in the photo? It's none other than Cyon, the same woman we saw earlier, the one upset about her father's cyborg burial, and the same person whose DNA Cyber-N77 had been searching for. Cyon first meets R in a restaurant, and she quickly falls for him. She's selling fortune cookie-style predictions, except instead of cookies, they're written on chopsticks. R takes one, and the inscription claims that the two of them are destined to be together. Sounds romantic, but there's a dark twist. The prophecy also implies that he'll implant a robot's mind into her body. A small price, apparently, to be with the man she loves. Like some sort of cyber Sherlock Holmes, R manages to track Cyon down and convinces her to visit Dr. Jiro. Since Cyon is sick, she believes R is genuinely trying to help her. Jiro is ready to begin surgery, But before he can start, R's boss, Noma, shows up. To create cyborgs legally, you need a government license, something Gyro doesn't have, so Noma arrests him on the spot. Meanwhile, Rhea only has a couple of days left before her system shuts down, and without Gyro's help, there's no way to save her. Frustrated, R takes Rhea on a motorcycle ride to clear his head. While riding, he impulsively decides to pass by Cyon's house, or rather, through her house, since he literally crashes his bike through the wooden walls. Lucky for him, it wasn't made of concrete. R promises to pay her back for the damage and arranges to meet her the next day. That meeting day also happens to be the day Gyro is released from jail and the exact day Rhea's system expires. Convenient, right? But when R shows up, Cyon rejects him. She's had a rough night and goes to sleep at a friend's place instead. Unfortunately, Cyber has hacked into the police security system and knows exactly where she is. As Cyon drifts off, her friend suddenly collapses, dead. Cyber is in the room, ready to take her. Before he can snatch her, the police arrive, and chaos erupts. As usual, they're no match for Cyber and his ally. Every attempt to kill them feels hopeless. Just as Cyber is about to succeed, a smoke grenade goes off. When the smoke clears, Cyon is gone. Everyone assumes Cyber took her, but it turns out to be R who swooped in to save her. A neat little twist. Meanwhile, Noma reflects bitterly on how incompetent the police force is and wonders why anyone would even consider firing him. While reviewing the situation, he uncovers something shocking. Cyber, Gyro, and Cyon all share the same DNA. That means Gyro transferred his consciousness into Cyber's body. But since Cyber is about to expire, he needs a fresh body with matching DNA Cyon's. Unaware of this, R heads to free Gyro from prison, hoping he can finally restore Rhea. The two escape together, but just as it seems like things might work out, Noma shows up and kills Gyro. Once again, R's chance at happiness is ripped away. Defeated, R pays Cyon the money he owes her and admits that his real plan was to use her body to save Rhea. Then he leaves. Unsurprisingly, Cyon is devastated, her trust in him shattered. Alone once again, she becomes an easy target for Cyber, who promptly kidnaps her and storms the police headquarters. Inside, Cyber simply points a gun at a senior officer and forces him to grant access to the control center. Once there, he orders the officer to reprogram all the combat cyborgs using police tactical data. If the cops can't handle 2 rogue cyborgs, imagine dozens of them loaded with military intelligence. It's set to be a massacre and oil bath instead of a bloodbath. Meanwhile, R decides he's had enough of this chaos. He takes Rhea to Muyoga, the lakeside city we saw in the opening scene, planning to spend her last days together in peace. Noma keeps calling, begging him to rejoin the fight to save the city, but R ignores the calls. Honestly, it's a smart move. Cyber will clearly crush the police, so why risk everything when you can at least enjoy a quiet moment with the one you love, even if she's on borrowed time? Back at Muyoga, R and Rhea sit together on the same bench from the beginning of the film. Suddenly, R gets up and tells her he's going to buy tickets. If this means he's about to head back to save the city, it feels cruel. Poor Rhea deserves these last moments with him. Meanwhile, chaos reigns at Police HQ. Cyborgs are slaughtering officers left and right, but Noma still has one last card to play. He calls in air support. Cyber's ally straps a time bomb to her own body and charges toward the police helicopter. The hallway she sprints through is barely 3 meters wide, yet the chopper unloads a barrage of machine gun fire. Sounds like an easy target, right? Not for a cyborg. She dodges the hail of bullets and leaps into the helicopter at the exact moment the bomb detonates. The blast isn't nearly as powerful as expected. None of the policemen are killed. That's a win for the police, at least temporarily. The bad news? There are simply too many cyborgs. Eliminating them all is impossible. The police make the desperate call to activate headquarters' self-destruct system. The entire facility will explode in 10 minutes. Chaos erupts as everyone flees except Noma. He stays behind, alone, facing down wave after wave of cyborgs. He fights ferociously, gunning down everyone that comes at him, but the sheer numbers make it clear he's doomed. Just as one cyborg is about to land the killing blow, R bursts onto the scene and saves him. But the relief is short-lived. R leaves the gravely wounded Noma behind to bleed out while he goes after Cyper. He finds Cyon imprisoned inside a strange tank, but before he can free her, Cyper ambushes him. R is beaten to the floor, bloodied and outmatched, while Cyper dominates the fight. Remember Noma, left for dead? Turns out, he wasn't as far gone as it looked. With his last strength, he hurls a shuriken, a throwing star, straight into Cyper's hand. But this isn't just any weapon. It's rigged with a timed explosive. Seconds later, the bomb goes off, obliterating Cyper. The blast kills Noma as well. This time, he's gone for good. Barely clinging to life, R lies on the ground, watching Noma's final moments. After a few agonizing minutes, he musters the strength to rise. With time running out, only 2 minutes left before the building detonates, R rescues Cyon and carries her to an emergency exit, which resembles an elevator. He gently places her inside and urges her to go find Rhea. Whether the elevator was too small for two, or whether R simply chose sacrifice, the meaning is clear: he stays behind to die a hero. As the elevator ascends, R is engulfed in the explosion that consumes the headquarters. Meanwhile, Rhea sits alone at the station, lost inside the same virtual simulation from the film's opening. When the illusion fades, she realizes R has left her behind to save the city, abandoning their dream of being together. Heartbroken, she reflects on all their memories before pulling out the chip from her own head, ending her existence. As R's final wish, Cyon goes to the station to seek out Rhea. She finds her lifeless body and mourns. At least Rhea had someone willing to give his life for her. Cyon laments something she herself has never known. With quiet sorrow, she collects a photo of R and Rhea along with Rhea's chip. She buries them together beside her father's grave. In the film's final shot, Cyon looks out over the city, lost in thought, as the story draws to a close. And that, my friends, was Natural City. A movie that starts off like a futuristic action thriller, but slowly pulls you into something much deeper, a tragic love story about time running out, about people clinging to memories, and about how technology doesn't always solve the human heart. What really struck me is how R's journey wasn't about being a hero in the traditional sense. He wasn't some invincible action star. He was just a man desperate to save someone he loved, even though she was never truly human to begin with. And in the end, his sacrifice wasn't about glory. It was about acceptance, knowing he couldn't stop time, but he could at least give Rhea and Cyon a chance to carry on. Then there's Cyon. Her story feels even sadder. She lost her father. She was used as a pawn, and she watched people die around her, yet she was the one left alive to carry the memories forward. That final moment of her burying Rhea's chip near her father's grave hits so hard, because it shows us that no matter how advanced the world becomes, loss, grief, and longing are still painfully human experiences. And honestly, that's what makes Natural City special. It's not just robots fighting or flashy sci-fi effects. It's about loneliness, about what it means to be human in a world full of artificial life, and about how love, no matter how strange or unconventional, can be both our greatest strength and our deepest heartbreak. So yeah, maybe Natural City isn't perfect. Maybe it's slow. Maybe it's underrated, maybe it's even forgotten by a lot of people. But to me, that's what makes it worth talking about. It's one of those hidden gems that lingers with you long after the credits roll. Now, I'm curious, what do you think? Do you think Cyon's ending gave her hope, or just more loneliness? Let me know down in the comments, because I'd love to hear your take. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into movies that most people overlook, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who loves sci-fi. I've got a lot more stories like this coming your way. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, technology may advance, the world may change, but in the end, it's our humanity and the choices we make for love that define us.